Yo, everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. This is Man United Central, and I'm your boy Luther. I'm super excited that you're back here to get your updates when it comes to our Manchester United. Do me a favor before we get started. Hit the subscribe button, notification bell, that way you do not miss any new news that come out of this channel. All right, without further ado, I hope you guys are doing well. Let's jump into it. So today, what we're going to start with, the usual. We're going to start with the whole takeover situation. Do we have any updates? What's going on, right? And from there, we're going to pivot to the whole transfer situation to see if we have any, incomings or outgoings, right? So with that being said, let's jump into it. All right. So this is what I'm seeing today when it comes to the whole takeover situation, right? There's an article here I'm reading from the Manchester Evening News. So basically, I don't know if you guys know that basically today, what date is today? August 22nd. No, what the hell I'm talking about? I'm in the future, guys. I'm in the future. I do apologize. June 22nd, right? So June 22nd apparently marks exactly 7 months to the day since the Glazers confirmed they had put Manchester United up for sale, right? 7 months to the day, right? And basically what they did is they issued a statement which was Tuesday, November 22nd. And basically the American family announced that they had entered a process that would explore strategic alternative for the club, right? And basically it will benefit all the Reds' future, right? 7 months on, the saga is still no closer to reaching its conclusion, right? Despite efforts from all interested parties, right? We still don't have a conclusion. We keep on hearing it's going to be this week, it's going to be next week, it's going to be this week, but still no conclusion yet, right? And we know that the main players here, which is the Sheikh Jassim bin Altan, and then we have Sir Jim Ratcliffe on the other side, right? So basically, the article still goes on and saying that despite the silence coming out of United proving deafening, talks are believed to be still ongoing between all interested parties, right? However, the amount of time at which the Glazers are taking to make a decision is threatening to damage manager Erik ten Hag's transfer plans. Guys, this is we've already talked about it multiple times, and we all know that the way that the Glazers are dragging this along, it is really affecting Erik ten Hag, because he cannot make any moves, right? He cannot make any moves. And apparently also I'm seeing that there's a report here. This is from, let me see here. I'm seeing something. Basically there's Erik ten Hag pretty much has been told that basically he was blocked, right? He was blocked by the board, that he cannot make any transfers, any new purchases, right? He cannot bring any new players in, which is kind of contradictory, because if there's some kind of whatever block that the news is reporting that Ten Hag is on, how come we're putting bids on players like Mason Mount, which is all over the news that we are talking to Mason Mount? And I could definitely see that Mason Mount could be our first incoming when it comes to the transfer situation, right? So that being said, basically, let me just recap. When it comes to the transfer, we still see that in the news that Sheikh Jassim is still feeling that he's in the lead, but Sir Jim still feels that he can that basically still head-to-head, because the Glazers haven't really decided who's going to be the preferred bidder, right? So what do we have to do? Pretty much just wait. We just have to wait, because we've waited this long. We're just going to have to wait and see what happens. We may get news tomorrow or the day after, but the only thing we can do is really wait. And we have already reported that even if the Glazers decide, okay, it's Jim or Sheikh Jassim, whenever they get picked, it's not like they're going to make much changes when it comes to our transfer plan, right? The funds that are going to be available are pretty much going to be the same because of the financial fair play. They really cannot just automatically just dump a whole bunch of money in Ten Hag's pocket and say, okay, go and build your team. Because, financial fair play basically is the amount of money that was brought in last season. It kind of has to balance itself out before you can just go ahead and just do some crazy spending. And that is why we're seeing teams like Chelsea, because they spend a whole bunch of money in the last transfer window. Now they're they're kind of forced to make some sales. That way they can come kind of within that financial fair play, right? That's why Chelsea's being able to sell players to rivals. He's talking to Chelsea, he's talking to Arsenal, trying to sell Calverts, and then talking to Man United to sell Mount, because they can only sell to teams that actually have the funds and can afford their players. Like the players that we saw that went to Saudi League, it's because Saudis have money, right? But again, this is not a Chelsea channel. Forget about that, right? So we're going to go back to our Manchester United and see what is going on. And that kind of brings us to the whole what we have going on when it comes to the transfer situation, right? So let's see what we have on the transfer angle here. So according to what we see here on the transfer, according to Fabrizio Romano, who I'm sure some of you or all of you know, Fabrizio Romano is the king of Here We Go. Usually whenever there's a transfer going on, whenever he says so-and-so, here we go, the deal is finalized, right? So according to Fabrizio Romano, he's saying that Andre Onana's agent, Albert Bottines, has had direct meeting with Manchester United today, right? So basically there's some talks going on in there, okay? So Manchester United are approaching goalkeepers to explore options in case De Gea leaves, right? Because they're still waiting on the decision on De Gea, right? And Inter will not sell Onana for less than 50 million euros, right? With add-ons. So it's, if we bring in Onana, it's going to be kind of pricey. So again, we know that Ten Hag was kind of forced in this situation because, the whole, De Gea, we couldn't really make a decision, and we kind of dragged it, and now De Gea is his head is kind of being pulled aside because he sees, okay, we're going to give him a contract, that we're going to cut his salary, we're not going to give him the money that he wants, and then he has chances to go to maybe Saudi Arabia, where everybody's going, and he can get all the money that he wants, right? So, but again, Onana to me is the man, right? I know a couple of my the folks following our channel, which I really appreciate you all. They've mentioned that they will be down with Pickford, and then let's see, Diego Costa. So I saw some of those comments that those are the kind of goalies you'll go for. All right, but me, man, Onana is the man. I've seen enough on Onana. I've checked him out on YouTube, see him in action. Yeah, he could do the job for Man United, because we know that if we're going to bring a goalie for Man United, it has to be top notch, because De Gea has been a really good servant for United, and whoever's going to come in, those are really big boots to fill, because again, you're filling a goalkeeper that had Golden Glove multiple times. So it's pretty interesting to see who we're going to end up, because we know they have to be really good, right? So let's see what else we have going on the transfer aspect. So on the transfer, we see now we had put in a second bid for Mason Mount, which was rejected, obviously, because the last bid we put in was, I think, 50 million. It was rejected. But now, according to Fabrizio, he says he understands that Manchester United will bid again for Mason Mount, and personal terms are 100% agreed and sealed. So basically, personal terms are agreed and sealed. So basically, guys, Mason Mount is already packed his bags. He's ready to go so long as Chelsea accepts the amount of the bid that we put in. So basically, according to Fabrizio, we know that Mason Mount is not going to sign a new contract, and Chelsea wants a quick resolution because Chelsea wants to get that money, and it looks like Chelsea now they're kind of willing to kind of drop their price from whatever they were calling for 80 million. Now they're talking about between 60 65. Even that is too high for Mason Mount, because I believe we can probably go ahead out there and actually get a better player. So really, United, 60 65, it is too high of a price for Mason Mount. All right, other news, I'm seeing that Chris Wheeler, all right, Chris Wheeler of the I think the Athletic, he's reporting that Manchester United technical staff are understood to be keen on Randall Kolo Muani, although they could face a competition from Bayern. So again, we want Kolo Muani, but again, we're going to have to deal with Bayern Munich, and we already lost Kim Min-jae from Bayern Munich, so it's going to be really tough. But again, we need a striker, right? We need a striker, and we need at least 2 strikers. But then again, if you think about it, okay, what kind of profile striker we're looking for, right? We're looking for out and out number 9, or we're looking someone who's versatile, can play in all the 3 positions up front. Because Muani is one of those that can kind of play on the left or up top. He's versatile like that. So, of course, Kane is the real deal. If we can secure Kane, obviously Ten Hag, will be a happy camper. We'll all be happy. But again, we'll be dealing with Daniel Levy, so Kane is kind of, I don't see it happening this season, right? I really don't, unless something really crazy happens for us to get Kane. But even Kolo Muani, his price tag is also going to be high up there, probably in the 80s, right? And of course, we're in for Rasmus Højlund. So I'm seeing we're getting at least one of those for sure. Maybe Rasmus Højlund, because we know Ten Hag has no choice. He has to get a striker, and Højlund could be the one to come. But of course, Højlund is not a finished product, right? If he comes in, he's not going to be there to come in to guarantee you, 20 plus goals, a season. He's going to come in as a player that will need some kind of help to develop, right? So you do need the main one to be like your main goal scorer. So again, we'll see who we're going to end up going for. We may go for, again, Gonzalo Ramos. Of course, again, you're looking for upwards of 90 million, crazy amount. We might as well go for Kane then, because I think Kane, Daniel Levy is asking for 100 million, right? So there you go. Stay tuned to this space and we'll see what happens, right? And other news, of course, like I was reporting yesterday, we're definitely in for the number 1 priority in the midfield, Declan Rice. But on the news today, we see that the big guys, Man City, the treble winners, they are in for Declan Rice as well, because City, Iker Gundogan has gone to Barcelona, so they need to replace the midfield. So then again, when City come for you, man, they come in hard. So I don't know what's going to happen, but again, it looks like it's a 3-horse race. Basically, it's Man United, Arsenal, and now Man City. Arsenal, they're putting 2 bids, they were rejected, right? And then, of course, we haven't put any bids yet, because again, we don't know what we're doing really. But again, we're kind of mentioned in there because there's been talks that Ten Hag really wants Declan Rice, right? He sees Declan Rice as the future. Again, now when you hear news that Man City is coming for you, it's going to be really tough for Declan Rice to resist that, because you're like putting the choice right. If you go to Arsenal, you're guaranteed to play each and every game, and maybe you may win some kind of trophy, all right, or some kind of title. If you come to United, we are, at least you come to us, we're gonna, you're gonna be developed, you're gonna play probably every week, right? For Man United. And also, you have a couple of your friends there. If we get Mount, we get, and if we get, of course, Luke Shaw is there. So those guys are the boys. So they get along. So it will be a good fit for him. Now, if you go to a team like Man City, Man City, you're guaranteed trophies. At least a Premier League. They're gonna go again for the Champions League. That's what's gonna happen. City come in, they won't have an issue dropping over 100 million for Declan Rice, right? They're gonna put the money there, and Declan Rice is gonna be like, man, if I go to City, I got my titles. So again, it's gonna be tough, but I don't know who's gonna end up winning. I really hope United, we go in there, at least give him something to think about. Give West Ham a choice that, hey guys, we can give you these two players, for example, as we said yesterday, Maguire, McTominay, and then you plus some cash, and then you give us Declan Rice. By doing that, you kind of West Ham will kind of go in knowing that, okay, they don't really need to rush to go and get a replacement for him, because McTominay can play that position, right? And David Moyes likes McTominay. And the same thing, you're also getting a decent defender, who is England #1 defender, Maguire. So again, and then you're getting some cash. So West Ham, I hope we can kind of work out some kind of deal with them, and then, get Declan Rice in. But again, that is such a complicated transfer situation, and United, we are not good at dealing with complicated transfer deals. So is it going to happen? Let's wait and see. Again, it's going to be really interesting in the next coming days, because some news will break hopefully soon for the whole takeover situation. That we're going to hear some news about, maybe we're going to get a new player coming in. On the flip side is, apparently the way it works is because they haven't really announced our new kit, our new jersey. So usually United does not bring in a new player until the new jersey has been announced. That way the new player can be holding that new jersey. So it looks like the new kit, I think by July 1st, is when it's going to be released. And hopefully by then, that's where we should expect someone to come in to be holding that new jersey. Because you cannot come in and then you're holding an old jersey. It doesn't work that way. And that's not how United does, right? Guys, that is all I got for you. I hope you enjoyed it. Do me a favor, as you're leaving, hit that notification bell, subscribe, and hit that to share and like. That way other people can get referred to this channel and get that good content, right? Thank you so much, everybody. Take care. Peace out.